Hi guys, I hope this works. I'm Dr. Millie. Thanks so much for joining my channel, Eating for Meaning, Mind, Body, Soul Medicine. I know it's a long name, but that really encapsulates everything that I do as a naturopathic doctor who has been going through an awakening herself. So that's me in a nutshell, and I want to thank you so much for being here, and I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. On this channel, you really get a mishmash of things. You get nutrition, naturopathic medicine, supplementation, business building, as well as channeling and from my guides, as well as hypnosis and how to tune into yourself, because really the purpose is for us to all ascend and be healthy. So what I'm going to be doing today is a weekly reading that I offer as an exclusive to my virtual health club, but I do want to do it for the YouTube community. So I hope my heater's not too loud in the background. I am going to be getting some upgrades and equipment, so I've already gotten this new microphone, so I hope that's going over well. I realize that it does pick up some background feedback to the card shuffling. Oh, I just dumped a whole bunch of cards, so there's tons of energy going on, guys. I've already done this reading for my health club, and this is the second time. I tried to go live today already, and it didn't work out. So I'm recording this one, hopefully that it will work. I'm going to be doing a reading, some cards. I'll show you the decks I'm using. I'm using Tori Hartman's Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards to see what the chakras are saying this week, what to pay attention to this weekend, how to be healthy in the mind, Colette Baron Reed, Wisdom of the Oracle, how to be healthy in the body, Stephen D. Farmer's deck. See if I can... Looks like this. Earth Magic is the name of it. And then How to Be Healthy in the Spirit, Daily Angels from Your Oracles, Doreen Virtue. And so that's what we're going to be using, okay? So I have been shuffling, and as I mentioned, this is my third attempt going at it today. So let's see what's going on. There's lots of cards coming out for chakras. I'm seeing all sorts of colors. Heart, sacral chakra, very Martian, moving forward types of energy. Let's just see for the general collective on YouTube what is being said today. I just want to quickly make sure that this is recording. Sorry for that, guys, but I just had to check to make sure it's recording. I'm so excited because next week I'm getting all my green screen and my softbox lighting. And I'm going to start teaching on Udemy, and as I mentioned, I already teach on my own health club. So how you guys doing? I would love to have some comments and feedback, what you're looking to learn about. Okay, guys, so this is what I get. Despondence. Oh. So this is a third eye. This is the sixth chakra in this Tori Hartman deck, represented by this blue indigo color. So this is what you're seeing. This is what you're seeing is you're not happy with. You're not happy with how you're seeing your life. You're not happy with how you're seeing the world. You're caught up in sadness. We're caught up in loss. We're caught up in what's not working. We see that it's possible that we have all the gifts, but we're frustrated as to why we're not getting it, and we're resentful, and we're maybe even doubting whether or not the gifts are here being able to be provided by Mother Nature or by God in the universe. And so it's like we see all these blessings outside of ourselves that are potentially there, but they're not there. And guys, this is the secret to the city. This is the key. This is the secret to the universe, is that it's the way that you look at things. So even though things might not be going well in your relationship or in your twin flame or in your physical environment or in your money or in your job, seeing is not believing, guys, because it's about what we can't see. So there's a little voice, or there may be lots of voices inside yourself, which are your guides and your subconscious and your higher being, and expression from the angels and whoever is guiding you, whoever you rely on. as that voice that's whispering the truth to you. And it's got to be good. It's got to be something that feels good. Don't believe anything that feels bad. Yes, there might be some changes we need to make. Yes, there might be, some risks that we need to take. Yes, it might not be looking from the outside world as if everything is really good, but trust where you're going. Trust the work that you've been doing. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Okay, don't get despondent, because if you get despondent, then you get taken over by whether you believe in other entities or you believe that it's the negativity. And if we allow the negativity to control ourselves, then we're going to vibrate at a very low level. And the point is to vibrate at a very high level, to continue to vibrate so high, in fact, that you can't be missed, that you can't miss out on the opportunities, that you just attract what's going good for us. So I actually feel like I want to just do a clarifier chakra card on this. I did not intend this. I really just intended to pull one card for every, I do the chakras, then I do the mind, I do the body, and I do the spirit, how to be healthy this week. So I'm just going to pull one more chakra card, see if it comes out, because there was so much energy coming out just as I was shuffling at the beginning. And I feel really bad, and this is not really how I feel right now. So if this is for the collective on YouTube, then I feel really bad for this, because okay, so vanity. So this is the throat chakra. This is the fifth chakra, and so this card is looking to gain for the wrong reasons. Looking to have people look at you for the wrong reasons. Now I'm also questioning myself as to why I'm here on YouTube, because I've been struggling with my own YouTube channel for years. Since 2012, I've been struggling with the YouTube channel, deleting and changing it up and having all sorts of different, and not realizing how I can bring it all together. But we have to single out our mission. It's not about being seen. It's not about what we are looking like, how we are appearing to others, how we are. If you are worried about how other people are seeing you, as opposed to worrying about the mission that you're on and that we're actually trying to do good for this world, and we really think that the goodness is going to prevail over the badness. So many people are just worried about the bad, what's happening in this world and its demise, and just living in fear about that. And I firmly take a stance against that, if I can actually take a stance against anything. I am so pro love and positivity, and that things are going to work out. I actually tend to go towards the trusting that everything's going to go towards good. I'm a Pisces, and my my Neptune is prominent, and so. But we have to actually take action towards this. And this is what came out in the Health Club Mind, Body, Spirit reading, was that this week is a real week. It's a weekend of action. So you have to take action towards how you feel the world needs to go for yourself. And not because of vanity, not because of how it makes you look. It makes you look better. It makes you look good. Look, I'm here like with no makeup and an orange sweatshirt. I'm literally wearing my sweatpants. But I really feel that the message, and I worry about how I look. I'm worried about I'm aging. I'm worrying about, no longer being in the peak of my life anymore, no longer being able to have a baby, like all these things that we can worry about, but we really just don't know. The point is to have faith, okay, guys? So if you're despondent, check your vanity. If you're feeling this negative energy, check whether you're doing things for the right reasons or if it's not for the right reasons. If you're not doing something for the right reason, then maybe you need to put it down. Maybe you need to look at it again. Maybe you need to review it. Maybe you need to ask yourself why you care so much about what that person thinks about you, or why you want this specific thing to happen so badly. Listen, I know how that feels. I know about trying to force things through because I have an idea that that's what I want. I am a go-getter person, but I'm also a person who lives in my feminine, and we have to live in our feminine just like we live in our masculine. So it is about balance in this way, guys, because if you're living too much in your masculine, you're forcing too many things to happen, you're, really wanting people to look at you like you're a peacock on display. If things are not working out, then we can get very insecure. And the downside of having like a big arrogant ego is being very self-conscious and insecure. And we know what a bad look that is, right, guys? So it is really time to go deep inside yourself and look to why you're feeling hopeless or feeling despondent or feeling frustrated or feeling angry, and really try to let that go, really try to surrender that energy, really try to go deeper, go that one step deeper so that you can have compassion for yourself. So that, because, you know, it's like, if you're angry that something's not happening, ask yourself why. Go deeper. You have the inner voice, you have the inner knowledge to know this. And I'm speaking to everybody here on YouTube who's listening, because this is not something to be taken lightly. This is how we exert our own free will, as opposed to judging ourselves from how we would think that other people are judging us. You do not judge yourself like you think other people would judge you, or how you have been told or taught that you should be judging yourself or critical of yourself. Yes, we want to check in with ourselves and make sure we're doing things for the right reasons and why we're doing things. But I feel like, you know, The Bachelor, they're always talking about doing things for the right reason, being on the show for the right reasons, and nobody's on the show for the right reasons. But we actually don't know all of our right reasons. So that's why you have to feel it into your heart, because we don't know everything about ourselves. We are blind to some things. Some things we cannot be objective upon because we're subjective. And especially if you're living in the flow, you don't actually know what the answers are. Living in the flow, living in your purest light, living in hope, not just in hope, but in faith. Living in faith is not about knowing the outcome. You can generally think like, oh, I know things are going to work out, but I'm taking steps towards. And the way out of depression is action. Okay, guys? Like, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, if you're feeling... and I'm actually just going to pick how to be healthy in the body this week next, because I really want to know what we can do, what our body's telling us, how to read our body so that we can be healthiest this week. So if you're meditating, meditate on your third eye, meditate on your throat chakra, meditate on the expression between what you see is not necessarily what you should believe, especially if you're getting depressed or feeling bad about this. So the card of how to be healthy in the body this week is solitude, guys. So it really is meditation time. It really is, you know, you are thriving on this island. Look at that beautiful red bud tree that's just thriving on that island. And so when you cancel out the noise, when you get rid of these people who you think are judging you, when you get rid of, stop being a person who's judging everybody else from appearances, physical appearances, because you really don't know what's going on with other people. Just because it looks good from the outside, you don't know what's happening on their inside. And in order to get a grip of yourself, to take hold of yourself, like get a grip, really, you got to go inward. You got to go inward and know that inward is where the beauty is. That's really where the beauty is. And that's not even a superficial message. That's a very deep message, because maybe you have to get in touch with that aspect of yourself again that is all-knowing, that is self-knowing, that is knowledgeable about yourself, and so that you know where you're going. It's not just about physical material things. It's not just about impressions and first impressions and trying to con people into believing that you've got what it takes to make it in this world. It actually has to do with going deeper, knowing yourself better. So this is a weekend to breathe. This is a weekend to walk, for with no direction in mind. Think about what your life is if you have no direction. Think about what your life is if you just are. And if you do that, there might be a tiny voice that comes up in your head saying, oh, that's not good enough. But it is good enough. Know that it is good enough, because that's actually where you find where you're going. That's an authentic reflection of who you truly are, and that comes from the inside so that it come pouring out. Unstoppable. You are unstoppable if you learn to know yourself like you are an island, not worried about whether other people want you, other people need you, other people value you. You value yourself. You get to know yourself. You get to know what you bring to this world. And if that's in the material, and if that's about looking good at parties and everything, then that's amazing. Good for you, you know. But it has to be authentic, because that is some people's gift in this world. But other people's gift is to be quiet, is to be silent, is to be strong, is to be stable, is to be sturdy. And you have to get to know what that is about yourself. What is your true gift? If you know what your true gift is and you know what you're bringing to this world, then there's no reason to be ever depressed. Even though depression is a natural human feeling, guys, and I understand that it is, but if it's keeping you from moving forward, then it means that you haven't gone deep enough. You're not asking yourself the right questions. Maybe you're self-blaming. Maybe you're doubting. Maybe you are judging. Maybe you are judging others. Maybe you're too critical. Maybe you need to put that down. Maybe you need to stop listening to those voices in your head that you were taught as a child on how to do things and how the world is and how you have to be, you know, strong and put up your defenses and build walls, because building walls, guys, is not the answer. And I'm just even laughing in my head as to whether it's the answer with the border thing or not, but it's like building walls is not the answer. Yes, we have to have boundaries. Yes, we have to have proper checks and balances in place. And I am honestly not commenting politically. I'm only commenting in terms of your own personal energy. You have to field what you receive in so that you can gain energy and receive in that's building your energy, so that you're not always giving out and being drained of your energy. That is the purpose of boundaries, so that we're receiving good resources and we're not letting out all of our good resources. And we're, you know, not receiving too many bad resources, and we're also not putting out all of our bad resources either. However, there is an exchange of energy. We always want to build up our energy. That's Kundalini, the Kundalini energy. So we want to build up the good chi, the good yin and yang. There's always an exchange. We want to receive good energy, but you also want to put out good energy, but not the fact that it drains you. If putting out energy is draining you, then you're not putting out energy in the right way, and you have to learn how to do this. You have to learn how to nurture this plant. Can you grow a plant by yourself inside? Can you grow your own garden? Sow it, reap it, feed yourself, water yourself, get sunlight. Can you do this in a self-sufficient way? Because that's what you need to do. You need to be able to do it in a self-sufficient way. You need to be able to support yourself. Doesn't mean that you can't get help from other people, but not by draining other people. So you want to attract other people to give things to you so that they're happy to give that to you. And also you want to be happy to give things outwards. You don't want to be holding on tightly and just like doling out little bits, because that's not in flow. That's not generosity. That's not really generosity. That's, measuring something for the sake of knowing what you're going to get back. And that's really not how the new world is. That's really not how we're living. And so let's see how to be healthy in the mind this week, guys, because how to be healthy in the mind this week is Unfinished Symphony. So what this card means to me, and this is such a beautiful artistic deck, and I know a lot of readers use this deck, but how to be healthy in the mind this week is to sustain, reserve judgment. It is not over. What you think is this is not the end of the line. Now, everybody might be saying it's the end, there's a new beginning, but you've got to reserve judgment, suspended animation. Check in with yourself. Know that you've done a lot of great work. Know that you've been paying attention. Know that you've been shifting. Know that you've been accepting what is. And know that you've been learning. Know that you've been grateful. And if you haven't, then you make the changes, whatever resounds with you, tweak that. But it's not over. It's not over for you. This is a journey. This is an act. This is a process. You are at a point on the path, so you have to check in with yourself, see how you are, where you've been. Be grateful for what you've done and where you've been and what you've experienced, and take stock, take inventory. So that you can kind of realign yourself to see where you're going. Make sure that you're moving towards the right thing, that you're not kind of veering way off course somewhere, going to find yourself into some strange spot where you've never meant to be. This is not, you can always change. You will change more. There's more coming that you don't even know. And so being healthy in the mind this week is knowing that this is just a juncture. This is just a landmark time. This is just, and I know that there are readers saying, this is the end, this is the point of no return. And okay, maybe it's the point of no return because we can't move backwards, but it's also not that this is how it will be forever. It will keep moving. It will keep moving forward. And the more you move towards something that you want, that makes you feel good, that allows you and motivates you to take action towards that thing that makes you feel good, then the better off you will be. You know, you can grow your own food. You can sprout your own you can sprout grains. They can become greens. You can go through transformation, just like you can transform your kitchen into, you know, from a beer frat fraternity fridge or sorority fridge. You can make it a beautiful garden. You can start sprouting your own beans and grains and seeds. You can start buying fresh fruits and vegetables. You can start drinking water and water alone. You can start breathing more deeply. You can go for a walk every day. You can face yourself towards this. You can put your head towards the sky, face the sun, face the moon, face the clouds. You can take a deep breath in and appreciate where you are and how far you've come. There are lots of little things to be grateful for every day. There's blessings to see, to find. It's amazing that you have gotten here where you are. And even if it looks like it's a bad place to be, without what you've experienced already, you wouldn't be going where you're going. And so know that. That's where you get confidence. That's where you find the capacity to change. And we're just waiting for a card here, how to be healthy in the spirit this week. So, you know, I am a naturopathic doctor, so I do, for a living, tell people how to overcome their chronic disease and how to prevent chronic disease. And disease starts in the mind. Now, the environment definitely impacts our cells, right? And we definitely inherit faulty genes, mutated gene SNPs from our parents. But we also inherit survivorship. Because if you're here now, if you weren't a survivor, you wouldn't be here now. And my practice is geared towards survivors. And that's survivors of trauma and abuse and grief, because I feel like we're the healers. And if I'm speaking to you and if you're hearing this right now, then it means that you have probably not accidentally stumbled upon my channel, but that you are here to receive this message, and you can be grateful for it. Because you can be grateful that, you know, I decided to record this video today and be as honest as I am, and you decided to check YouTube for something different and find somebody new, or check out this video. And there's nothing to worry about. This is how to be healthy in the spirit this week. This, again, brings it back to faith. So there's so many things that you can be looking for to worry about all the time. You might be addicted to worry, addicted to the stress, addicted to falling down, addicted. Because, you know, when you're addicted to falling down, when you're used to setbacks, you actually look for setbacks because that's where you're comfortable. You're comfortable with, you know, the game of snakes and ladders. You're climbing up the ladder and then you're falling down, and then you're climbing up the ladder and you're falling down. And I can absolutely relate to this, guys. And this is, you know, whether this is a fear of success or a fear of failure, or a fear of shining, or, you know, a fear of uncharted territory, a fear of being alone in some distant land where you don't know what you're doing. And trust me, I've been there too. And in the 3D, in the world, you know, moving to a foreign country, you don't know how to speak the language and you don't know anybody except for the person who's avoiding you. And that's not what life's about, guys. Okay, we can be thankful that we had those experiences so that we never have to have it again, because really there's nothing to worry about. Think about it. You've gotten this far. Your ancestors, I mean, even if they were a bunch of monsters, they got you here. You are here. You survived. You are looking for a change. You are looking to change the legacy. You are looking for a new life. You are looking for a new world. You are participating in a new world. You are a healer in the making. You have the ability to heal yourself, and you also have the ability potentially to heal others if you can master healing yourself, or if you can completely welcome the opportunity to use your trauma, to use your painful experiences to move forward and to grow from them and to heal from them. If you've experienced it, guys, I truly believe that you can handle it. And it is your destiny to handle and overcome that and even thrive from that. So I'm just going to read this card, but I think we probably mostly know it. There's nothing to worry about. You are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Okay, guys, so these are the cards for the week. It starts out like it's feeling pretty bad in the chakras and that you need a new outlook, a new outlook. You need to spend some time by yourself. You need to have faith that there's nothing to worry about, okay? Faith and worry are at opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you have faith, then, but you can also slingshot yourself and just slide down that water slide towards merriment and joy. Know that it is not over. You are on the path. You are on your way. And I'll see you again soon.